Hi guys, and welcome to Be in Her Kitchen. Today I am going to teach you guys about how to make lentil soup. I'm going to make it my way with a little bit of sweet potato, and just you guys just sit back, relax, and enjoy, okay? First we're going to get our pan on. You guys know we're going to get that on and get that going so that we can put a little bit of our avocado oil in there. So right now we're going to chop up, and you know I like to use the medley. I like to use bell peppers in every color. Not only does it make your food taste really well, but it's good for you. And so we're going to do this. And today we're going to use some of my ground parsley today instead of the fresh parsley. We're going to use some of the ground parsley today. So we're going to cut these up. These are going to be cut kind of small. So for the lentil soup, so we're just going to do this. We're going to take our time today. You guys are here with me, so we're just going to enjoy our minute together. We're going to chop up our bell pepper. We're doing the red ones first. Let's do these. You know, I love to cook, and I love to make things that taste really well. I don't like to make food that people don't like. I like to make sure it's very flavorful when I cook. Today is Tuesday, and this is normally our time of the week, Tuesday and Thursday, where me and my husband try to not do any meats. And so today for dinner, this is what it'll be. It'll be our lentil and probably a garden salad. And if my husband just feels like he needs something a little extra, I will make him a peanut butter sandwich to go with it. But today is a day that we are not going to be eating meat. And so lentils are very filling and tasty. And they're also good for you. Make sure you always wash your lentils really well. Before you wash them, pour them out of the bag and, look through them and make sure there's no little pebbles and different things in there or hard beans or anything that's in your lentils. So you want to do that. Make sure you clean them very well. But I do want to give you guys a tip. When you go to rinse them off in your colander or whatever you're going to use, please make sure you don't do it in hot water, because the green lentils that I'm using today, they cook fairly quickly. And if you put them in hot water, you've already started the cooking process with them. So be very careful with that. Be very mindful of making sure you don't rinse them off with hot water. Do it with cold water and, clean them as well as you can. You can use a little baking soda like I do just to make sure the dirt is off them. Because these I got from the store, and I also got them in a bag. So you want to make sure that the dry ones that you get from the grocery store, you want to make sure they're really cleaned, so you don't have any problems with that. So we're going to chop all this up. This is our medley that's done. And we're going to put some onion in here. And you guys know I use onion in a lot of things. I love the flavor of onions. So I use them a lot in a lot of my cooking. I also use tomatoes a lot because that's one of my favorite things. And I know that tomatoes are not really a vegetable, they're a fruit. And so today we're also going to use habanero pepper. We're going to have our lentils, our sweet potato chopped very small, our tomatoes, our medley, our avocado oil. And the one thing I didn't get out for you guys is the parsley, the dry parsley. So I'm going to get that in a few minutes. But let's get this started. Let's put the avocado oil in there. And let's get this in the pan first. Try to get as much of this in there as we can. Make sure your hands are clean. Mine are always in water. I'm always cleaning them consistently all day long. It's just what I do. But when you're cooking for other people, you really want to make sure that your hands are clean and you're clean about yourself. Because one thing you don't want is to get anybody sick. So you want to make sure you're clean and you have clean habits. That's very vital and important. So we're going to let that cook. I'm going to get my spoon, and I'm also going to get my dried parsley that I told you guys about, that I help you make. There we go. There it is. And so we're going to start with that. Now, we're going to slice up our tomato. And your tomato, I keep the skin on mine. I just like what it does to the lentil soup. I'm not going to put any paste because I don't want to change the color of the soup. And if I put the paste, it'll give it a good kick, but it'll also change the color and make it a little bit thicker. And that's not what I'm trying to do today. I'm trying to make this a little soupy, but not watery. So I'm just going to do the tomatoes like this. Cut those up. I'm going to leave those right there. And let's get our other one and get that cut up nicely. My husband had to go into work early today, so I thought, well, let me just go ahead and make the soup. So when he gets home, he's a happy camper. And he loves lentil soup. You know, a lot of these things are new to him, from a man from the South. And, you know, I'm from up north. I'm from New York originally, but I lived in Florida for such a long period of time. But a lot of these things that he's been eating for the first time. And it's amazing just to see the expression on his face and everything. He's actually loving it. And he's loving the taste and the flavors. They're very unique. And, you know, when you haven't had something before, it's very unique to try something for the first time. Now, as you can see, our vegetables are very translucent. And you can see them in the video of how clear I'm letting them get. But I'm not going to let them do much longer, cook too much longer. Sorry, guys. Because I want to make sure that I get the tomatoes in there and they cook. And I want everything to kind of cook together. So I'm going to put the tomatoes in there now. Sometimes I talk so fast because it's a habit. So I have to slow myself down sometimes, you guys. And I know a lot of you women, you know that too. We have to slow ourselves down so we don't miss steps and miss words and those type of things. So here we go. We have that in there. So now what we want to do, we want to add our homemade parsley, which we're very excited and proud of. We want to put quite a bit of that in there. We're going to shake that in there. Look how good that looks. It feels good that I made that myself, you know, through the help of God and the growing process. And then we want to put garlic. And you can use fresh garlic, but in lentil, if you don't want to end up chewing on it or whatever, you might want to just use the powdered garlic. I use powder because a lot of these powders, you don't have to worry about the sodium intake. Because I'm going to put salt, but I don't want extra salt. I put a lot of black pepper because my husband loves black pepper. He loves spicy food, so put some salt in there. The lentils are going to soak up all that. We want to put some onion powder also. You got onions, but you want to just enhance it a little bit. And then we want to put our cumin, because what is lentils without cumin? Cumin gives it such a great flavor. I just love cumin. And then we want to put turmeric. You guys know I love turmeric. So we're going to put a little bit of that in there. I'm going to turn away. Excuse me, guys. So look at that. Look how good that looks. Really good. Look at that. So now, because these lentils don't take long to cook, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our habanero in there. We're going to go ahead and put our organic sweet potatoes. We chop them up and put those in there. They're more healthier for you than trying to use white potatoes. So we're going to put those in there. Ooh, I wish you guys could smell the aroma of what this smells like. It smells fantastic. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our water. Look at that. I'm going to grab another water because we need a little bit more water. So, I'm going to put that in there. Very good. That's going to cook up nicely. That's enough. Now, this is it. And now you're going to put your lentils in. Spoon those in. Put your lentils in there. You know, people think you have to do a whole lot to eat healthy. You really don't. That's your lentils. What you're going to do, put your lid on, and you're going to turn this way down to medium. And you're just going to let it do its thing. And maybe a little bit, closer to low than medium. And you're just going to let it take it an hour and just let it cook by itself. You'll taste it. If it needs any more seasonings, you'll add to it. And that's your lentil soup for today. You guys have a wonderful day. And I will be back today, guys, once it's done so you can see what it looks like. And we'll taste it together. And then you guys can make it at home. So you guys have a great day. Bee and her kitchen. And as you guys can see, it's cooking very slowly. And that's what you want. So we're going to give it time. And then when I come back after commercial, it should be done.